Just going back to the tier that we were talking about. Basically, the way that me and Jay are going to do this, we want to make this very interesting. It's going to be a good conversation to have. We're tiering this based off of Super Bowl, who we expect to be in the Super Bowl, who are Super Bowl contenders, playoff contenders. The S we have is sleepers, teams that can potentially kind of like squeak into the playoffs, and just rebuilding teams that we know are struggling right now. They don't have everybody that they want. They don't have all the pieces, but they're looking for them. Let's kind of start off with the top right now. Well, we'll start off at the bottom, man. The way we'll start off at the bottom, we're gonna do the Eagles last, just so we got a good feel of where everybody's at. But let's go ahead and start with the Steelers.
Give them the categories first. You give them every single category, right?
Yeah. So, we got the categories. So we'll start off with the Steelers. Right now, the Steelers have Russell Wilson and Justin Fields. Neither one has been listed as the starter yet. They will be competing as the starter. I would like to rank the Steelers defense as a C plus defense, solid defense, maybe just a few pieces, and they can be in a good position. Let's see, we got Marcus Gonzalez. What's going on? Cowboys in here. Hey, I'm glad you're here. We're gonna be ranking y'all.
We're gonna rank you. I got something for the Cowboys.
So where do you put the Steelers at? Can you see them as sleepers? I'm looking at them as either sleep off or playoff contenders. Where do you look at them at?
I could look at them as a sleeper. The only reason why I say that is because their defense, their draft, they hit good on the draft on defense. So I could see them being a sleeper. I could see them being a sleeper.
Okay, cool. Next, we got the Rams. So as far as the Rams, let me hop on and flame y'all. So we got the Rams next. So as far as the Rams, where are you putting the Rams at?
The Rams, listen, man, McVay and McVay is becoming a vet coach in this league. I would still put them as playoff contenders. I would keep them in that realm just because of McVay and then the system he's built there.
Okay.
Puka Nacua, I like Puka Nacua a lot. I think him and Cooper Kupp, that's a very deadly combo.
I see that. Yeah, Cooper Kupp and then Puka, and then they picked up a running back. Was it the running back from Michigan?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, and I can definitely see them as playoff contenders.
Yeah, I can see.
So the Miami Dolphins. Where are we putting these Dolphins at?
Dolphins are a weird team because they tease their fans a lot. I have a good friend of mine who's a Dolphins fan, and they always look good, and then they just have that game and the Eagles are the one who kind of exposed them last season, and things didn't go well for them after that. I will put them as playoff contenders just because I'm not too sure of them right now, and they still have.
They were in the playoff last year, so
they were in the playoffs, but they had that freezing game in Kansas City. It's just the tables are not always in their favor.
As far as the Jaguars, you got Trevor Lawrence just signed a contract. They did lose Calvin Ridley. I can definitely see them as sleepers. What do you think?
I would put them in the sleeper category for the simple fact that I'm still very unsure about Trevor Lawrence. I know he got paid. I know he got the money and everything, but it's just, I haven't seen true elevation from him yet. I want to see him do a little bit more.
Okay. So next we got the Raiders. Where are you putting the Raiders at? I'm seeing the Raiders as still rebuilding, so I kind of want to keep them where they're at.
100% rebuilding. I mean, that organization's been in a disarray since the move and the AB situation and the GM situation with Mayock. It's been a lot going on over there in Las Vegas.
Yeah. So let's go to the Browns. The Browns were in the playoffs last year. They did not have Deshaun Watson. They kind of went in with a backup quarterback. I can definitely see them as playoff contenders going in.
100% because of their defense. Jim Schwartz is their defensive coordinator, and I mean, he keeps that defense formidable. Top 5 defense last season, so I definitely see them as playoff contenders.
Yeah. As far as the Patriots, they even mentioned that they're gonna have Jacoby Brissett, I believe, as their starter, and they're gonna sit Drake May for 1 year and just build him and develop him. So I can see them as rebuilding right now. So yeah, so right now, as far as the rebuilding area, we got the Patriots and the Raiders. We'll do the Cowboys next. This for you, Marcus. So let's check this out. So let's look at it from this angle right now. The Cowboys are showing that they can do more with less. And me saying that, meaning without a running back, without an elite running back, we still having CeeDee Lamb, still got Dak. Don't quite have a solid wide receiver too, but I can definitely see them being, because the expectation for the Cowboys is low right now because they didn't make any huge moves in the offseason. So they're a team that has the possibility of being slept on.
Yeah, they also didn't lose much either. I honestly put them up there with the Super Bowl contenders at least, because they just, even though they always choke or whatever their fate is, they definitely are always in the mix. They definitely put up the numbers. Dak wins games. He is a winner. That's one thing that I'm not going to deny.
Why don't we put them as playoff contenders then? Yeah, I'll put them at playoff contenders, and I'll say that because you got to think about it. They got a new defensive coordinator.
Same thing like the Eagles. Yeah, same thing like the Eagles. The only thing about Dallas is they're like regular season champs to me. Like they're always doing it in the regular season, 13-3, whatever, good season. And then the playoff success to me, that's why this Jalen and Dak situation is too much.
Yo, Marcus said we need a back or two to be a real contender. I think
they could lose it, but they don't run the ball, bro. Dak can throw for 400 yards a game.
But there's some running backs in free agency right now. You still got Dalvin Cook that's a free agent. I don't know why they haven't talked to Dalvin Cook. You got running backs in free agency. So that's why I said they're trying to do more with less.
About Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones is not assertive. I just don't know how that organization is run. Yeah. I just know Howie's phone be buzzing and ringing and texting and all sorts of things because he's always making a move in season, off season, mid season, whenever.
So you want to put them as playoff contenders?
I would put them as playoff contenders, at the minimum playoff contenders, because like I said, they're always putting up the numbers and they're always there. They're freaking on our heels fighting us for the division every year.
Yeah. Next, we got the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions, they were right there. Detroit Lions are right there. Dwayne, what's going on?
Dwayne, what's up, brother?
How you been, man? How you been?
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Detroit is a team. That whole culture and everything they built last year, just even getting that playoff win, a lot of things could go on over there. A lot of things can go right over there because they're forming a camaraderie between the fans and the team and the whole city, and you could feel it. I watch football all the time, not only just Eagle games, and watching their games, you could feel the radiation from their fans and what they feeling in this. That playoff win was for them. So I would put them up there with Super Bowl contenders, honestly speaking.
Yeah.
Just a couple.
I'll put them up there. Couple players away. You got Jamar Gibbs. Jamar Gibbs is playing well. I think he's only going to get better. Marcus said, control the game with the D. Don't trust Dak and Crunt. Well, that's the thing right now with Dak. And the crazy thing is Dak knows this too. That's their fall off. They had the same type of fall off as we had. Just we already went into the playoffs with the low expectation. Yeah. Cowboys went in with the expectation of undefeated at home. We got this. If anything, going to the NFC Championship. That's where that fell short at. However, I think Dak is going to prove himself because whether Dak stays a Cowboy or not, he is going to prove that he can still be an elite quarterback in the league. So that's why we're going to keep him at playoff contenders. But I appreciate you, Marcus.
So what's funny? I think Dak will have more success if he left Dallas.
I agree with you. So
really do
next we got the Giants. Like I said, we're gonna do the Eagles last. I think the Giants are in that rebuilding stage. So I'm gonna keep him there. Where are you at with that?
Oh, they definitely rebuilding. The Giants, I mean, forget about it. Definitely rebuilding.
Yeah, bro. Hey, well, life is life, and right now we all been busy. I get you.
Yeah,
We
I
just
know
so
Dwayne. Dwayne is a father, man. So I see Dwayne always with the kids. I see you, Dwayne. I know you're busy, my brother.
as long as you happy and healthy, brother, we good. So let's see. We got the Colts. Well, we're gonna keep the Giants there. We got the Colts next. Um, in the Colts division, you basically have the Texans, the Titans, Colts, and you also have I'm missing somebody. Texans, Titans, Colts,
No, it's not the Jaguars. It's
and the Jaguars. Yeah, it's the Jaguars and the Jaguars. I'm gonna put the Colts as a sleeper right now. Just because we didn't get to see Anthony Richardson perform the way that he could due to his injury. So I'm going to put him as a sleeper. Where are you at with that, Jay?
sleeper 100% because he is pretty dynamic. He is like a Jalen type of a player. So I could see him changing their whole dynamic if once he's fully grasped the game and is fully healthy.
Yeah. And next we got the Texans, who were explosive last season with CJ Stroud. Like he amazed a lot of people. So I can definitely see them being playoff contenders.
For sure.
So we'll do playoffs. Next we got Green Bay.
Green Bay was another team. They stunned Dallas. They almost took on the Niners. They're a team that I would put them as playoff contenders for sure.
Okay. All right. Next, we got the Chiefs. Chiefs. Let's just
I
throw
think we put
them.
Top.
Yeah.
Mahomes is in the building, bro. Mahomes is in the building. I don't even want to talk about them.
They went to the Super Bowl twice already. We know where they're at.
More than that, they forget it.
But you get what I mean. Twice in a row. So
twice in a row, exactly.
Yeah, twice in a row. Between me and you and everybody watching, I actually think they are not going to win the Super Bowl this year, just because I feel like there's a lot of distractions going on in Kansas City right now. That's what I'll put it that way.
There's a lot because of what success comes a lot of a lot of drama.
Yeah.
And that's what they're going through. Players going through things. Also
exactly.
The locker room could be a little torn up over there in Kansas City.
So I'm gonna put the Broncos. We're gonna leave them at rebuilding right now. Let's put them at rebuilding. I can't see them going very much further just because they got Bo Nix. They're still trying. They just got a brand new quarterback. Getting somebody like CJ Stroud is very rare.
They're rebuilding, dude. They're definitely rebuilding. Next,
we got the Bengals. You got Joe Burrow coming out. Jamar Chase is still there. I think I can actually see them as Super Bowl contenders.
I was going to tell you, Joey Burrow, bro. He's cold. I would put him up there. You know why? Because when he's healthy, and they roll and they can play.
I agree. So next, we got the Panthers. We already know where they're at right now. They're still trying to figure out.
So Miles Sanders.
Yeah. Next, you got the Ravens. So the Ravens were right there. Lost it. They added Derrick Henry as a piece that apparently that could possibly be that missing piece that they need right now. So I'm looking at them as Super Bowl contenders.
I would also put them up there. They have a former MVP at quarterback, and I just believe they always have a tough defense. As long as I've watched football over 20 years, the Ravens have always had a good defense.
Well, you know what? I want to change that. I want to put the Ravens actually as possibly going to the Super Bowl because they're there.
I would put them up there. I would put the Lions up there too. I would put the Lions there.
I'm thinking about that too. Yeah,
I would keep the Lions
are right up there.
Continue going down the list because those three teams definitely show towards the end of the stretch of the season. They showed plenty of potential towards the future.
All right. Next, we got the Falcons. The Falcons have the easiest schedule throughout the season. They have the easiest schedule.
Yeah, but they
So
got a weird situation at the quarterback. You know, you got Kirk Cousins you just signed, and you got a first-round guy in the bill. That's a very complex situation, Warren.
look at their division, though. You got the Falcons, the Panthers, the Saints, and the Bucks. We don't know if what's his name? If Baker Mayfield can repeat what he did last year. We don't know if he can do that.
You know, I think that he's found his stride in the NFL. I think he's found what he knows how to do. Like watching him when he played us, because he took advantage of us. He took advantage of the Eagles, and only a good quarterback would have been able to. Because even a mediocre quarterback probably wouldn't have beat them because they weren't that terrible. But he was picking them apart in that game during the playoffs, and he took advantage of them. And a good quarterback is going to do that.
Can you see them as sleepers?
I could see them as sleepers. Only reason why is because
you gotta remember, you got Bijan, you got the tight end there. You still got Drake London. Like you have a solid offense.
I would actually put them as playoff contenders for the simple fact that the division is weak.
Okay.
They may get in by default.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
Next, we got the Cardinals. So the Cardinals with Murray picking up Harrison, I think that'll be a good team. I think they'll be solid. I'm looking at them as possible sleepers.
Sleeper, yeah, I would put them as sleeper because we don't know what's going on over there too much again and everything.
Yeah. Next, we got the Saints. The Saints are kind of up in the air. That's one team that we don't know too much about.
But before we continue, can you drag down the Bills, the Bears, and the Jets?
You want to drag down the Bills? Okay.
Yeah, because let's put everybody down and then put everybody rebuilding. Yeah. So not confuse anybody. Take down the Bears, take down the Jets, take down the Bucks.
Yeah.
All
right. And then, so let's see.
The Bucks.
And then I'll move the Seahawks, 49ers, Chargers, Vikings. What'd you say?
The Bucks move Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
We didn't rank Tampa Bay yet.
Yeah, we haven't done Tampa. Okay, so like we were talking about, so as far as the Saints, I don't see them as sleepers. I see them as rebuilding. I don't think they have a very good D line.
No, they I put them in rebuilding 100%, bro.
All right,
you always have to look at the quarterback situation first. That's going to determine a lot because you could have a quarterback that's be rebuilding, but you really can't be a contender with no quarterback. So that doesn't go both ways.
I agree with you. What do you think about the Seahawks? New head coach. Still got Geno Smith right now. They're definitely rebuilding on defense.
I think they're underrated. I would put them a sleeper all the way. I think they're underrated. I think people are going to sleep on them. I don't think Geno's getting his flowers. I think he's at least better than middle of the pack.
But think about the division, though. You got the Seahawks, you got the 49ers, you got the Rams, and who else? You got the Cardinals. So they can be sleepers? You think sleepers?
I think sleepers, yeah. I don't think they're going to be rebuilding because there's veterans in that building. There's Metcalf there. There's veterans in that building. I forgot the other one. They had that rookie that was rookie last year, Jackson Smith. He had that crazy touchdown versus the Eagles with the fingers. He's pretty good, and they still got Lockett. They're not gonna be slouches. They're definitely not.
All right. Next, we got the 49ers. I think the 49ers are solid. I think it all depends on Brandon Ayuk if he comes back. Mm-hmm. I would definitely put them as Super Bowl contenders at least. This is no disrespect to them, just because I feel like they got contract issues right now. And we all know whenever there's contract issues, it affects the season. Um, Next we got the Vikings. Vikings, I think, are going to be rebuilding. They're going to be focused on rebuilding right now. JJ McCarthy, finding out where he's at, where his feet are.
Man, Jefferson.
Yeah, and Jefferson. You got Jefferson, but answer this for me. And as we go throughout the show, name a team, and everybody watching right now, put it in the comments. Let us know. Give me a receiver, a wide receiver that already had a high. Give me a high paid receiver that won the Super Bowl. Give me a team that had a high paid receiver that won the Super Bowl.
They won the Super Bowl. That's hard.
Yeah.
That's hard.
Yeah. So, yeah, just something to ponder as we do this.
That's a good one.
But yeah. So next we got the Bills. I think the Bills are Super Bowl contenders. I think they're just that good. I think making that huge move to move off of Diggs can definitely put them there. What are your thoughts on the Bills and Josh Allen?
I think the Bills have probably the best home field advantage in the whole NFL. It's very tough to play in Buffalo. It's very tough to navigate around there just in general. So I can't even imagine going to play a football game. So I think that they're Super Bowl contenders. Josh Allen is an MVP type of player. He's in the league for a reason, and I just think that they're definitely Super Bowl contenders.
Got you. Let's see. So we got the Commanders.
Oh, they're
rebuilding.
Yeah, I don't see them as sleepers because that's another organization like the Raiders. They're just in disarray. There's nothing to sleep on them about. There's always problems there.
Okay. I personally see them as sleepers. The only reason why I say that is because Jaden Daniels, solid. They kind of built up their defense. They got a running back behind them. They got Austin Eckler. They got him there. They got receivers. They can be competitive and be a sleeper team. That's just my personal opinion. But
you can put them on sleepers. We can load up the sleepers.
Because definitely the Giants are the lowest ranked team in the NFC East. We can agree on that. And I think it'll be I think it's weird because I think that the Eagles and the Cowboys are in their own tier, and then both of them are just in their own tier. Like, I don't even feel like there's a clear separation. I look at Washington and the Giants almost as the same. They can't get it right. Next, we go to the Bucks. I think the Bucks will be playoff contenders.
Yeah, because I think Mayfield, like I said, I think he got it. I think Mayfield got it. I think he understands the game. I think he knows what he brings to the team. I would put them as definitely all playoff contenders.
Next, we got the Bears with Caleb Williams. I think in the division with the Bears, you got the Lions, you got Green Bay, you got the Bears, and there's another team that I'm not thinking about right now. I think it's kind of tough right now. It's kind of tough.
You know, you don't want to put them as sleepers because they got Keenan Allen, they just got Swift. I would put them on sleepers only reason because we don't know. They're completely new.
They can come out of nowhere.
They can come out of nowhere, you understand? And be fully hitting on all cylinders, or it can go bad right away.
What are we looking at with the New York Jets? I think the New York Jets are Super Bowl contenders just with Aaron Rodgers coming back. They have a solid defense. The only thing they needed was just that quarterback.
Bro, once again, my son is a major Jets fan. I'm from the North Jersey area, and I'll tell you what, they were literally a quarterback away last season from being a team. Like, they were consistently ranked in the top 5 in many defensive categories. I don't want to jump the gun and put them there. I want to put them with playoff contenders.
Okay.
Yeah, because we still need to see a little bit more, but defensively, they are one of the top units in the whole NFL, and I don't think people understand that.
Next, you got the Chargers. I think the Chargers are rebuilding right now.
Yep.
Um, you got the Chargers rebuilding, and I also think the Titans are rebuilding at this moment.
Both of them. Yeah, I would say that too. But the Titans, they're very unclear what's going on with their future. It's been downhill for them for a couple years now. Who else we got, Warren? We got we just got left, right?
Hold on 1 second.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, looking at this, so we got all the teams in here. The last team we got is the Eagles. Now, we have to be fair and we have to be honest. Me personally, I see them as at least in the top 3 tiers. Top 3. The Super Bowl, because we were in the Super Bowl only 2 years ago. We were only in the Super Bowl 2 years ago. Yes, we lost Jason Kelce. Yes, we lost Fletcher Cox. Yes, we lost Hargrave in that process.
But they've tooled up well since then. I don't want to be biased, but I would put them right behind the Bills only because Jalen gives them that edge. I wouldn't put them in the Super Bowl category yet. No, I wouldn't, because we got to get back to that. That was 2022. 2023 was a disarray.
So answer this for me. Do you think Vic Fangio and Kellen Moore is better than Shane Steichen and Jonathan Gannon?
I mean, I never liked Jonathan Gannon as a defensive coordinator to begin with, and it's I think
we got the most sacks. We almost beat the record in the NFL history for the most.
I know, and I just still is weird because under him we almost beat the Bears record. It's just that's a tough question. I want to say no, we're not better than that because we don't know what Kellen Moore and Fangio is going to do. So I want to say no.
But they have a history of what they have done.
Yeah, they have a history, but the thing is that they're walking into a situation where it's like them giving you a garage, but inside the garage is nothing but like exotic cars, not just regular cars. And this is like, what do you do? It's like them as coaches haven't been in a situation with this plethora of players and this type of team. So I just think that they're gonna maximize their coaching skills with what they got in front of them, especially Kellen Moore.
So you're saying it's like you have a garage full of exotic cars, but you need to understand how to drive them first.
Exactly, and how to maintain all of them, and you got to figure it out because it's like they're giving them the keys to just like a bunch of good resources. Like, bro, on defense, he has guys, he has Pro Bowl guys. The Eagles' offense is the same thing. You got Pro Bowl guys, you got All Pro guys, you got a good balance of rookies. So they're walking into a good situation, especially Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore is dealing with AJ and Devontae Smith.
So this is my thing, though. We have to be fair about this. The fact that we're doing that, I feel like we need to put the 49ers at least up there.
Yeah. And I would also, not to be, but I would put the Texans up right behind the Eagles. Because Texans are another team, I feel like Detroit, that's built up their culture so hard that they're only going up. Like, CJ is really that dude on the field, man.
Okay. I like that. How do you feel about this list?
I like how this list looked because we got 4 teams in the top rank, 4 teams in the second tier, and then after that you got a clear drop off. But all those teams in the playoff contenders, don't be surprised if one of them goes far because those are all teams with high potential, especially the Jets. I'm telling you, watch out for the Jets, bro. Watch out.
Yeah, I like it. We only got one NFC team at the bottom. I'm gonna do this just for the sake of we gotta be fair. The Rams, because I think the Rams are sleepers right now too.
Like more than just like an actual serious sleeper. Like they're good.
I mean sleepers as far as like they're rebuilding. They have weapons now.
They're more.
They have the weapons. Yeah.
I know what you mean. Like they're good, but you're sleeping on how good they actually are.
Exactly. So I kind of like this list. I think this is a good tier for where we're at. Yeah. Anybody that agrees, disagrees. Give me your thoughts. Who's your team? Honestly, who's your team? Do you feel like maybe the Chargers could be playoff contenders? Do you feel like maybe the Jaguars could be playoff contenders? Let us know. Let us know in the comments what you guys think. But Jay, I like this. This is real good. I had fun doing that actually. So but yeah, so kind of give me your thoughts on how you think the training camp's going to be before we get up out of here.
I mean, I think it's gonna be an intense battle. That cornerback battle is gonna be it's gonna be a movie. Bradbury again, he must have a strong training camp if he wants to remain on his team because he's a potential cut option. There's just too many guys in the building in the secondary room, so they got to figure those choices out.
Yeah, I agree with you. But yeah, bro, it's always good getting on here talking birds. If any of you guys would like, you can always hop on. Let us know. You can message either me or Jay. Jay's taking over the Instagram. I'm kind of taking over the Twitter. So let us know. Like, reach out to us. If you got something to say, let us know. We'll put you on the show. We can talk ball. But yeah, other than that, we the Eagles Collective.
Go Birds.